everybody, and welcome back to the Landing on Lansdowne podcast. We got probably one of the best episodes we've ever gonna have, so far on this show. We got some amazing news. Devin, you want to break the news to everybody?
Rafael Devers is staying in Boston.
That honestly, I am so happy they finally did the right fucking thing for once. Oh my God. Like this entire offseason, yeah, it's been stressful, but we do have some very good pickups. But I am so thankful they finally signed Devers. Bro, that one fan that got his sign confiscated at the Winter Classic, that worked. That worked. He got it confiscated, and then John Henry saw it and was like, okay, now I got to do something about that.
I could tell you that's not what happened.
Oh, really? Then what happened then?
No, he had a little smirk on his face when I met him. I'm not going to lie when I said I was a Red Sox fan.
Oh, yeah, okay. So tell everyone what the fuck happened. So you went to the Winter Classic, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I met John Henry,
Which
and
is absolutely insane.
told him I was a Red Sox fan. Shook his hand. He got a little smirk on his face, like something was coming.
Well, okay, something was coming, obviously. I mean, I'm pissed off you didn't yell at him about the other things, but hey, beggars can't be choosers.
Exactly.
But dude, that's awesome. I'm so
Largest deal in franchise history too. 11 years, 331.
And you know what? Like, I think it's the best candidate because he's still so young. He's so talented. And what he does to Garrett Cole every year, I get just fucking chills thinking about it because fuck Garrett Cole, fuck the Yankees, and I love Devers. Let's go. Oh, finally. God, I've been waiting.
His defense improves every year, and the bat's not going to slow down. I mean, he has like elite bat to ball skills, and he just also happens to have like insane power to go with it. So it's like, and his game's not solely like dependent on where he plays on a diamond or like his defense, where he could always move to first and he could always DH or something like that.
Dude, I don't understand why people like think Devers is a bad defender. Like whenever I watch, he looks great. He makes these diving plays and
Yeah, I mean, he's really good at the extra like the non-routine plays. It's just the routine plays like he needs to get a little better at. But I mean, can't anyone's ever going to be 100%. The dude rakes. So I'm not. Who cares about his defense, honestly?
And the most important thing is he's young. Like he's got so much time. It's not like, okay, you know what? You said to make this a positive episode. I am gonna bring up the bad news though. I'm gonna bring up Bogart's signing with San Diego, which obviously sucks. But you're not gonna pay Bogarts until he's 41, right? That's a contract. That's where it gets like a little dumb. Yeah, you could have went back and like if you did it earlier, it wouldn't have been that expensive. Yada yada yada. You can go back and forth that all day long. But at the end of the day, this contract is so perfect because he's a young star. He's got so much time. And you finally lock down someone that's literally going to retire in a Red Sox jersey. And hopefully, what number is he? 11? Yeah, 11. Hopefully 11 will be put up next to 34, right behind the pesky pole. Because I would love to see that. I mean, David Ortiz was one thing, and I think Rafael Devers is like the next David Ortiz. Because even when he's older, you could just slot him in DH and have his bat forever.
Exactly. They're not locked up long term at DH, which is why I like the Turner move too. Because what you got him for 2 years? Okay, ain't moving off third base at 28 years old.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we honestly might be the only positive Red Sox podcast right now, but like. After locking up Devers, when I saw yesterday he got the 1 year arbitration thing, right? I was like, okay, 1 year, he's gonna leave. Then today seeing this 11-year thing, like put me on the moon, bro. I feel
when they avoided arbitration yesterday, that's always a good thing and it's always a positive when you're trying to negotiate an extension because if they go to arbitration, the team has to basically put together an argument of why that player sucks.
Does a player go to those arbitration meetings?
Usually the agent does.
Okay, yeah, because I fucking wouldn't.
Yeah. So the team lays out why you're not worth the money you're asking, and then you have to lay out the why you're worth the money you're asking. So it becomes like feelings do get hurt. So the fact that they avoided arbitration yesterday was a very positive sign. And then it got leaked on Twitter. And then next thing we know, Jeff Passan's tweeting about it, and Bob Nightingale and Ken Rosenthal.
Yeah.
But this Red Sox lineup, you look at it person to person, it's really not that bad. Yeah,
It's
we
not
lose.
it's not that bad, but I think the reason why everyone's so pissed off right now is because they see the lineup that they did have.
Yeah, but also at the same time, Red Sox had zero production out of first base last year, and now we have a first baseman with Tristan. The bullpen was god awful. We got two high leverage relievers.
Which
You
is
added,
awesome.
yeah, we lose Eovaldi and Waka. Waka's not officially gone, and Hill, but we bring in Kluber, who knows how to pitch. He had a better year than Nate did last year. You can count. I mean, they're making room for Bayo, Sale, Paxton, and Whitlock and Houck to step in too. I mean, there is it's a lot of what ifs, but if everything happens to click, you add a couple more pieces. I mean, we're only halfway through the offseason.
Yeah, it is hard. It's like after the winter meetings, you think everything kind of just like happens then, but now it's like we got so much more time.
Trade market hasn't even like there's been what like 3 or 4 trades. Like the big one was Sean Murphy to Atlanta and Dalton Varsho to Toronto. Those are the only 2 big trades that have happened.
They're both
And
catchers, right?
Dalton Varsho is a catcher center fielder. Very
Okay,
weird profile,
that
but
is a weird
he's
profile.
he's really good.
What do you think
And
the Red Sox are going to do with catcher this year? You think it's sticking with
I have zero
Mr.
problem with
Jack's off a lot?
I have zero problem with McGuire Wong. That I think they're good enough to. I think it's good enough tandem. I mean, the pitchers loved Wong last year. Whenever they were in a like crunch, it was Wong that would come up to catch Eovaldi. They liked him. Obviously, Reese McGuire is excellent back there too. He hit a little bit last year also. So I don't think catcher. I wouldn't worry about catcher. First base, Tristan's got to have a good year.
I
Second,
feel like you're putting like a lot of pressure on him though. I like kind of just going all in on Tristan Cassis.
they
I
are.
like that.
Yeah, they are.
I really do like that. They're showing like faith in him and everything, but it's a lot of pressure.
It's his team to screw up.
It really is. But did we do that with Dahlback last year?
But there was also more question marks.
Like who?
Like
Well, the Story contract, which last year
Corey
I think
90 games last year. I
yeah,
do
I was
not.
gonna say I think the Story last year is kind of a wash just because he got hurt, which sucks.
I agree.
And
And it
when he
was
was out there, he looked good. He made a difference.
yeah, it was all freak stuff where he's getting hit in the hand with pitches. It's not like he's running to first and pulling hamstrings. He's getting hit by pitches and it's weird stuff.
Yeah.
And like same thing with Arroyo. Arroyo, like he could be laying in bed and someone's gonna like break into the house and do something. Like it's crazy.
Break his ribs. Break in his house, break his ribs.
Like so I don't think Story like as what it is right now, it's Story Arroyo up the middle. I don't think that's sustainable. I think they're gonna have to add another piece there, but I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to start
It's
off.
definitely not horrible. I don't know why people are like, "Oh, you can't have Story at shortstop." Like, I think that was a
His
whole
arm sucks and they're taking the shift away, but he was a shortstop. It's not like he hasn't played shortstop in the big leagues before.
yeah, and he wasn't bad by any means.
Yeah, I think if there's one guy I think the Red Sox should go out and get, it's Nick Ahmed. I think that's how you say his name, Ahmed from Diamondbacks. Elite.
I do not know anything about him.
He's an elite.
The only thing I know about the Diamondbacks is Geraldo Perdomo. That's the only guy that I know on the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I think if they could add a guy like that or like an Orlando Arcia, but I don't see them making that move just because like now you're so corner heavy with uh Turner, Devers, Tristan, and then the outfield it's all corner guys too with Yoshida, Verdugo, and they're gonna have to bring in another outfield. Like, do they? I'm
Well,
let me look.
Kike.
Yeah, he's their center fielder though. Like he's not moving up. They can't move him up center.
No, they're not. They're not going to. You see that one TikTok that him and Marchand did?
Oh, dude, that was so funny.
The bra thing or whatever. That was hilarious.
Dude,
I didn't realize it was Kike. And the fact that they came out with their Red Sox uniforms was so sick. That thing, I'm so jealous of you, dude, because I watched it on TV. It was so well put together.
dude, it was insane.
Well,
It,
how was it being there?
well, first of all, it was a lot colder than what the temperature said.
Really? Oh, the wind?
And yeah,
Dude, trust me, I know.
dude, it was sick. Like nothing like at first it was kind of like, oh, this is really cool. Like before the game, like They had the orchestra playing. They had a flyover, which was
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
Flyover was sick. And then game started kind of slow the first period, and then the Penguins scored. John Henry's team.
Which is so weird,
It
dude.
was so funny. And then
Was he happy and everyone else was just like her?
I we went up there after they scored. It was 1-0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then he like walked out a little bit after that. But yeah, and then the Bruins came back.
That must have been crazy that third period.
Dude, it was insane.
I can't imagine. It's kind of funny because like on TV, it doesn't sound that loud because the ice is a lot farther away from the fans than like a baseball game would be or like an actual hockey game, so it doesn't sound as loud. But how fucking loud was it?
Well, it was pretty funny because I don't know what they had mic'd up, whether there was a mic on the goals or the like glass or whatever, but you could hear every word the guys were saying on the ice. Every word,
Huh.
which was hilarious if you're around a little kid.
Why? They just said fuck you and all that.
Literally, yeah.
They definitely
No,
had a mic or something. They had
I
to.
think I think the mics were on the goals or like something. It was so funny though. And like it was cool because like there were so many so they put like more speakers than usual all around the field. And
Yeah.
then obviously like the Fenway speakers. So it was loud in there. And then they would score and the place was rocking like a playoff game for the Red Sox.
That's so sick,
I
dude.
would say the atmosphere compared to the wild card game when they beat the Yankees. That was what the atmosphere was like.
Wow. And the crazy thing is, it's just a fucking regular season game in the NHL.
I know. It was so cool though.
It's just outside. Damn, I wish. I wish. If I was in Boston, I definitely would have went. But like,
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna
We
fly
were
back for one day.
Yeah, we like walked down to Fenway and we're walking there and we're like, I don't know, good like half a mile away. And in the streets are just jam packed. Like you're pushing through a crowd
Oh my
like half
god.
a mile away to get there.
No way.
Yeah, it was like the craziest thing ever.
That
It was like a playoff game at Fenway.
that's well, dude. What you're describing, it sounds like a little more than a playoff game at Fenway.
I I would say it was Red Sox Yankees wild card game atmosphere.
That's so sick. That's so sick. All the video, like they did an amazing job with that. Like I don't think I've ever seen any event put on like better, honestly.
Yeah, it was unbelievably done.
Yeah, and especially the Bruins won, which was a good thing. Because at the end, were you like because the last play went through Olmark's legs, and
Oh
the
yeah.
buzzer went off before.
Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah, I know. All right, what else we got?
I mean, obviously the Red Sox, as everyone knows, signed Justin Turner, Chris Martin, Kenley Jansen, and Yoshi.
Yoshi. We were
Not
on for a Yoshi one. I don't think
sure.
we haven't talked about the shortstop. Uh, nah, we're staying positive. It's a positive podcast. We're gonna be
Um,
even more positive because coming up pretty soon, we got a very good interview with one of our boys, Nate Tellier, who is in the Red Sox organization right now. He was a D3 ball player at UMass Dartmouth, and now he's with the Red Sox, and he's a Boston boy too. So we talk about his story and everything. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I mean, do we got anything else? We could just get straight into that, right?
yeah, let's get right into it.
All right, sweet. So we'll catch you guys after the interview. Thanks.
All right, what up, everyone? Welcome back to Landing on Lansdowne. We're here with our boy Nate Tellier, part of the Boston Red Sox organization. Nate, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you guys? Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming on.
So Rob Carrillo, one of my coaches, he played with Nate back at UMass Dartmouth. He told me you're in Puerto Rico right now, or were you? Or are you
Yeah,
back
I
for
was.
holidays?
Yeah. I got back about a week ago for the holiday season.
How was that? How was that experience playing in Puerto Rico?
It was a lot of fun. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of big leaguers, ex-big leaguers, AAA
Yeah.
guys, AAA guys, all types of guys. So it's a really good competition down there. I was really excited to go down
Yeah.
and get a taste of it.
All right, so I want to know about your trip to where you're at because I know you're D3 to the big leagues, which is a huge process. But how did that all start? Like starting from high school, when did you know you had this inside you to make it to the big leagues?
I didn't really. So I mean, I was a shortstop in high school, and I always wanted to play shortstop. When I got to college, I didn't want to pitch. I just wanted to play the field and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And then we had a really good shortstop, Eric Ramirez, but we needed a center fielder to fill center field. So they converted me. So I played center field for 4 years.
Yeah.
I would go in and pitch here and there, but it wasn't until my junior year summer where my summer league coach wouldn't let me hit and wanted me to focus on pitching because he thought I had a real shot at it. So that summer I hit 95, and I was like, oh yeah, no, I have a choice. I have a chance here. So from there on, I just focused everything on just throwing as hard as I could. Not really location wise, which I learned later on, but it was just throwing as hard as I could. And then a year later, I was in COVID year. I was in the Brockton Rocks for the FCL.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I did decent. And then Ray Fagnan, the New England scout for the Red Sox, asked me to come. Actually, no, it was Matt Hyde from the Yankees. He asked me to come to the scout game at the end of the year in September. So I went, I pitched, I hit 98 that game, and we were playing the Red Sox scout team, which Ray Fagnan was coaching. So he DM'd me that night, and he said, "Hey, any chance we can get on a phone call?" So of course, I was all for it. So we went on a phone call, and he's like, "This might be jumping the gun, but would you want to be part of the Red Sox?" And
No
I was
way.
like, "Yeah, of course." I mean,
Yeah.
and, and yeah, a couple of days later, he was like, "Oh, I'm in the area. Do you mind if I stop by?" So I thought he was just gonna stop by, talk about stuff. So we went in my backyard, we talked, and then 20 minutes into it, he hands me a contract. He's like, "Hey, I have a contract with your name on it. If you want to sign it and be part of the Red Sox." So I was like, yeah. Are you kidding me?
No way, bro. That's
That's awesome.
insane.
Yeah, that was it all happened really quick. So I was very blessed for that to happen. But it took a lot of work, and when I got signed, I didn't know how to throw a strike or nothing. So because I was just focusing on throwing as hard as I could to get
Yeah.
seen. So when I got there, had a little trouble, but they taught me how to throw strikes. So that was good. So
Yeah.
You're from Boston, right?
yeah, from about 30 minutes outside of Boston. But
Did you grow up a Red Sox fan?
yeah,
Oh, so
100%.
that's full circle. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, like, when kind of backtracking a little bit, playing on that Yankees scout team and getting signed by the Red Sox, was that like just super funny to you, or?
Yeah, so I was talking to Matt Hyde for a couple months. I made the top prospect D3 thing that Perfect Game puts out, or I forget which organization puts it out, but I made like the top 4 in D3. So he contacted me from that, and from there he was just talking to me for a couple months, and then I had a decent summer in the FCL. So he called and said, "Oh, come on down to the scout game." Um, and I had the Yankees uniform on and everything. So I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool." But yeah, I pitched the last inning against them, and it was just surreal when he contacted me because I thought I was like, I'll go there and give it a shot, see what happens. So when he contacted me, he was actually interested. It was really it was surreal. So
That's awesome. And as you probably know, the Red Sox love taking guys from the Yankees
yeah, of course.
every year in the minor league Rule 5 draft.
Yeah, for sure.
What's your like, if you had one thing of advice, what would it be? Just to tell younger players.
Just get just get a lifting partner, get someone to grind with you. When in college, I had Mitch Baker, and Robbie Carrillo. Of course, you know Rob, and Mike Nell. We had we had this group that went to the gym every day, and if you didn't go to the gym, like you would feel bad by missing that. So just like every day you need someone to push you even when you're not feeling it, just to get in the gym, get to the field, just put in the work, and eat as much as possible. Your diet your diet is the biggest part of it. My biggest jump in velo was just from eating beef and rice 3 times a day, going to the gym 4 to 5 times a week, and just long toss. that was the biggest thing I can if I were to tell someone as a freshman starting out, just eat, throw long toss, and lift.
That's awesome. Like, what's your typical day in the life of a minor league player, like in season or off season?
So in season, I usually wake up around 10 or 11, get some breakfast. Maybe I like going outside, meditating, or like just watching a TV show, something relaxing in the morning. And then get to the field around 1, where they usually have lunch for us, and then you stretch on your own, you do a lift, and then we are outside by 2:30 throwing, and then you throw, you do your conditioning, you can do some drills if you want, and then back inside for like half an hour to chill, and then you got to go shag BP, and then after that you come back in, and you got like an hour before the game where you get something to eat. We got like a snack bar or like a smoothie station and stuff like that, and then our game's around 7. We got to get out there at 6:45. We watch the starter warm up, and then from there on, just the anthem, whatever. The game lasts until like 10:30. You come back in the locker room, you eat, you shower, you go back. Some of us might go get more food after if the meal wasn't filling enough. And then you get back around your house around 11, and then start the day over in the morning.
Did you and Cassis work on meditating together?
No, but he's a really nice dude. Nesson did him wrong on his first day. They shouldn't have videotaped that on his first day. But
yeah. Well, he's from here. He's from where we were at. So we played against him all the time in high school and everything. Yeah, really? Yeah. Funny story, like the high school that he went to, like I was gonna go there, and no one believes me when I say this story because where I'm at now and where he's at now, and like I'll call the coach is 100% true, but I don't believe it myself. But they're waiting on my answer to see if they would bring him in for first base, and I think it's a complete lie. Like I called him the other day because I was actually I was on a date, and I try to be cool, and I call him. I'm like, "Yo, Evan, is that Tristan Cassis thing true?" And he was like, "Yeah, we were actually waiting for your answer before his." And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So it was hilarious. But yeah, no, he's from here. We've seen him all the time.
Yeah, he's a really nice dude. I got to get to know him when he was rehabbing in my first year. So he's a really nice guy.
So what's the most favorite ballpark you've played in so far?
Favorite ballpark? The Brave spring training facility is pretty nice. I like the Fredericksburg Nationals, the low A team for the Nationals. Their stadium's unbelievable. It's new. It usually sells out every night. It's just a really great atmosphere to play in. The Braves low A team. I forget what city they're in, but they're
is that Rome Braves, right?
I think that's high A. I think that's high A. The Braves.
Gwinnett?
Could be. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, their teams. I mean, their field is wicked nice. It's kind of the same vibe as the Fred Nats, but it has a really high center field, and like left field is a hotel, and it's really nice vibe. But for sure, I mean, the goal is always to play in the best ballpark in the world. Fenway.
Definitely.
But yeah.
What's do you have any future goals outside of making it to the big leagues, obviously?
No, I mean, I don't really know what I want to do after. I was thinking it's baseball as long as I can, and then I was thinking college coach. I was thinking I have a degree in biology, so going back to school for like PAs or like med school or stuff like that. Or just I don't know, whatever comes about,
Yeah.
Do you have 8 degrees because of the COVID year and the extra years of eligibility like Carrillo does? Or I'm gonna have, bro. I'm gonna go get a marketing degree and or a master's degree and I don't even know yet, but just because of COVID.
I was gonna. So right before I signed, I took I was on for a 5th year. I was gonna get my master's, in like business or something like that. And I also got my EMT certification. So I was right about to take the written. So I took the full class, which is like $2,000 or something like that. And then I took the physical, and then I was about to take the written, but then I signed. So I was like, yeah, there's no point now, you know.
Yeah.
But that was like $2,000 down the road, down the drain.
Down drain, yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna be an EMT during my master's and do my master's, and then go to PA school afterwards. That was the plan, but that all got sidetracked. Gratefully
Obviously.
sidetracked.
Yeah.
Gratefully sidetracked.
Yeah. My cousin's actually EMT in Londonderry, New Hampshire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
So he actually worked on Christmas, which was pretty cool. And then after they had like a whole lobster dinner, which was sick for him.
Oh, really?
But,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Awesome.
But dude, tell me more about like being a D3 athlete and now like where you're at. Like what were the struggles you had at D3, and like how are they better, or honestly maybe even worse now?
So D3, we don't get the D1 treatment. We have
You
to
don't
pay
get
for
shit.
our
No.
clothes. We have
Yeah.
the bus rides aren't great. So
Yeah.
a bunch of my buddies came from big D1 schools, and
Mhm.
they were complaining about like the treatment in the minor leagues and stuff like that, and how they were getting treated a lot better at D1 and all that. And I'm just here being thankful. I'm like, this is like D1
This is
treatment.
sick.
This is
Yeah.
awesome. Like we get our stuff washed and put in our lockers. We get our shoes cleaned. We get free food. We get transportation, housing, and all that. So yeah, I can't
And your
complain.
D1 boys are complaining about that?
So the high D1 schools like Alabama and
Yeah.
like Auburn, they get stud treatment. They get
Like,
all
do they
free.
tell you like a story that what they got compared to them?
Yeah, so they got like 8 pairs of shoes or cleats every year. They got like 10 pairs of shorts, 10 pairs of shirts. They
And we
get
had
the
to pay
free.
for everything.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm paying like
Yeah.
$50 for a shirt.
I know, dude. Oh my God, please don't remind me. Can't wait to go back. All right. Well, last question here. Is there any baseball experiences that you haven't experienced yet but really want to?
Oh. I want to pitch in front of a huge home crowd, like in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Our home crowd was insane. They are diehard fans. If you're winning, they'll cheer. They'll be your best friends. If you're losing, they'll be your worst enemy. You know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I kind of want to experience that, but with the Red Sox.
That'd be
Sweet.
awesome.
Yeah. All right, Dad, you got anything else, man?
While you were gone, we
We covered all the bases, covered everything. All right, sweet. Well, thanks, Nate, dude. I really appreciate you coming on, man.
For sure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Rob tells me you're seeing him later, so tell him I said what's up.
All right, for sure. I will.
All right, appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
I appreciate you, everyone.
You too.
Bye.